Good morning, Cardinals fans. Happy weekend. It's Friday, gotta get... Okay, please, I'm done. Don't click on this video yet. I'm done with that, I promise. Hello, I'm Sarah Wellman, if we have not met. I am a YouTuber and blogger by day and a sports broadcaster by night, but an obsessed baseball fan, like, literally every second of every day, and also a bit of a coffee connoisseur. Side note, today I am drinking Primos Cafecito, the dark roast, which I will do a review of at some point, but I wanted to get a taste of it early before I let you know my thoughts. No, this is not sponsored. I just love their coffee, and I promised a review of the dark roast. I already did one of the medium roast. We gotta give this dark roast a try. My goal on this channel is always to keep you in the loop and entertained, hence the awkward singing at the beginning, with series previews like one that is up now about the Cubs-Cardinals series this weekend, as well as game recaps like this one. So grab your coffee of choice and let me tell you all about what happened with the St. Louis Cardinals in DC last night. Rain. Lots of rain happened last night. But after a 2.5-hour delay, Cardinals starter Dakota Hudson finally took the mound and looked really great through two. Really snappy stuff, a quick rhythm, superior movement on all of his pitches, and the command to go with it. That's the spring training Dakota Hudson we've been waiting for. Reportedly, National starter Stephen Strasburg requires perfect conditions in order to throw at his best, and I don't know about you, but to me that seems like a problem for someone who plays an outdoor sport. But I digress. Perhaps it was the weather catching up with him, but whatever it was, in the third inning, a 2-out RBI hit by none other than Kolten Wong put the Cardinals on the board. Speaking of Kolten, I think we should make t-shirts. Should we do some sort of like #good t-shirt? Would you be interested in a KOO t-shirt? Let me know in the comments or on Twitter. But back to the game. Boy, does it feel like this Cardinals team is doing a lot of damage with 2 outs. So I looked it up, and they are, in fact, very near the top of the leaderboard when it comes to how many of their runs score with 2 outs. With 2 outs and runners in scoring position, the Cardinals have scored 55 runs, which is nearly 34% of their total runs scored this season. For comparison, the Seattle Mariners currently have the most runs scored with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, but that accounts for 31% of their total runs scored this season. The Dodgers come in at 32%, the Brewers and Cubs are right there around 33% of their total runs coming with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. So the Cardinals are pretty good at that, but it's not as exclusive as I might have imagined. And honestly, I don't know what that means the first week in May, but it's a thing, and it's nice to feel like the inning isn't over at 2 outs anymore for this Cardinals team. But back to Hudson for a moment. He had some trouble in the third, but he found his way around it. Literally around the strike. He was not so lucky in the fourth. The first 2 batters reached, and with no outs, the getaway day defense cost Hudson an out and a run. Jairo Munoz picked up the error at shortstop, and Hudson had runners on the corners with nobody out. And Dakota slows down dramatically with runners on base. Like, slow motion, slow down. It's more like he just waits and waits and waits and waits and waits to set for the pitch. And it seems to me like that actually really messes with his command. He was all over the place to Brian Dozier, who eventually grounded into a double play, but also picked up the go-ahead RBI. So the Cardinals would once again have to come from behind. And if you saw the final score and you know how this ended, just stick around, because maybe you don't realize how close they got to doing just that. The Cardinals created a scoring chance once again in the 5th inning, but Stephen Strasburg seemed less bothered by the weather than we were led to believe, and he picked up another strikeout on the night, getting Tyler O'Neill, who, I've got to say, looks pretty lost at the plate right now. Another scoring chance came in the 7th after Strasburg put 2 on with 2 outs. Then it was Tony Sipp who came on to face Kolten Wong, who just missed, and a fly ball stayed just fair enough for Victor Robles to make the play up against the right field wall in foul territory. Rats. They again had a scoring chance in the 8th inning, again with 2 outs. This time it was Harrison Bader who stepped to the plate to face a new Nationals hurler, and they brought out the big guns. Sean Doolittle has been their stopper in the bullpen, and Harrison Bader drew a walk and set things up for none other than Paul Goldschmidt. Bases loaded, 2 outs, down by a run, the guy at the plate. Goldschmidt fouled off the first pitch so hard and so straight back that I'm surprised, honestly, it didn't put a hole in the backstop netting. I think I flinched from my living room, so I don't blame you, guy 5 rows back. If he had squared that up, I'm not sure that ball would have ever come down. But close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. He fouled off the second pitch pretty hard as well. The third pitch he roped to left field, but also foul. Then after taking a pitch outside, he was called out on a checked swing that was so terrible that the usually super chill, kind of relaxed Mike Schilt jumped out of the visiting dugout, shouting at the umpire. You've probably seen the clip by now because it was amazing, but the call was terrible. It wasn't quite as bad as the strikeout on a foul tip that never touched Goldie's bat from a couple weeks ago, but it was bad, and it was another missed opportunity for the Cardinals to take the lead. So much for all that 2-out success I was excited about. Kolten Wong almost did it again in the 9th inning. With the runner at first, he sent a fly ball all the way to the warning track, this time in left field. But as one person on Twitter said, he needed one more pineapple to get it there. And so, all good things must come to an end, right? The Cardinals' winning streak was snapped at 5 games, but the good thing is Hudson looked terrific. He's gotten better and better in each of his last few outings, and that certainly bodes well for a rotation that needs a little more length from their starters, which, by the way, was actually much better this turn around. Dominic Leone also, nope, not gonna say it. He did some stuff. The Nationals didn't score, but whatever. It's not a big deal. He was fine, I guess. I'm no jinx. But that is the story of the Cardinals losing the series finale by a final score of 2-1. By the way, did you catch my incorrect score in yesterday's recap? See, my brain sometimes does this thing where whatever the score was when the lead changed for the last time, that's the final score. And somehow I can't get past that number. Or I just wanted to make sure that you were all paying attention. We'll go with that. So it is on to Chicago, where the Cardinals will send out Jack Flaherty to face off against Yu Darvish for the Cubs in the first meeting of these NL Central rivals for 2019. Make sure you check out that series preview. Seriously, if you have time, it's great stuff from Corey Finneran from IBNB. We talk about Addison Russell and the drama that has created in Chicago, but we also talk about the slow start for the bats, the starters that have really stepped up, the weird mix in the bullpen, and one person who might surprise you as the key for the Cubs against the Cardinals this weekend at Wrigley. So make sure you check that out. Also, while you're checking things out, Primos Cafecito. Again, not sponsored by them. I just really love their coffee and the way that they're embracing Cardinals Nation. So make sure you're following them on Twitter and on Instagram. I will put their links in the description below. They're doing a bunch of giveaways right now. So if you're maybe on the fence about trying the coffee, or if you have tried it and you love it and you want a mug or a baseball or whatever else that they may be giving away, make sure that you're following them on social media so that you don't miss any of those chances. Also, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel for more content like this, more series previews, and seriously, if you ever come up with anything that you would like to see from me on this channel, let me know on Twitter, in the comments. If we run into each other at the grocery store, that might be weird, but you get the point. I want to know what you guys want to see because I really do want to give you information, but also a little bit of entertainment. So it's baseball, right? We got to have fun with it somewhere. And if I can help provide you a little moment of joy in your day, then that's exactly what I want to do. So feel free to always let me know what you would like to see from me on this channel or over at birdsontheblack.com. The game recaps, though, are not going anywhere, so enjoy this Cubs-Cardinals series this weekend, then come right back here with some coffee. I'll see you then.